们现在可以开始了吗，张老师？
我这边可以开始了，能听到我说话吗？
可以。
好嘞。尊敬的来自金砖5国的专家、领导、
Distinguished experts from
学
the
生、学
BRICS,
手、朋友们，大家早上好、下午
good
好、
morning,
晚上
good
好，
afternoon, and good
欢迎大
evening.
家参加2022年金
Welcome you to
砖
take
国
part
家
in
职
the
业技能大赛
2020
决
skill
赛线
competition.
上训练营区块
And
链项
this
目。
is the
很高
online
兴
training.
能够跟大家跨越
I'm
时
very
区
glad
的阻隔，共聚一堂，
to
齐
be
聚
here
云端。
together here in the video
在
conference.
会议期间，请大家全程开启
During
摄
the
像
meeting,
头，以便于记
please
录美
turn
好
on
的瞬
your
间。那
camera
么接下来
during the
由区
meeting.
块链专家杜胜飞老
Next,
师
we'll
介
welcome
绍区
the
块链
experts
赛
in
项相关
blockchain,
技术内容。
Mr. Du Shenfei, to introduce some details.
OK， 杜老师，您这边可以开始了。
Okay, Mr. Du is sharing his screen. First of all, welcome the experts from the BRICS countries to take part in this competition. And this training will last for 5 days. The first day is the introduction to the blockchain competition. And secondly, we'll introduce the document. And third, we'll introduce the equipment. And this is the whole details for the first day. And for the second day, we'll introduce some techniques, including physical because and the instrument of the blockchain system. And the intermediate welfare and some equipment. And third day, we'll focus on the smart contract, including its grammars and frictions, and how to write the contract under the system. The fourth day will focus on the basics about the Go language, including the structure of the web and some interface of the smart contract. And the fifth day will focus on the online competition environment, and we'll give you a demonstration and the scoring method. And we will do a demonstration for you. Hello, I'm the expert for the blockchain competition, Mr. Du Shenfei, and we'll start today's detail. And today, we'll focus on the following 5 parts: the competition description, competition content, scoring method, competition schedule, and software list. As for the description of the BRICS, it is in the context of the BRICS initiative, the 2022 BRICS scale competition on blockchain is in line with the trend of the blockchain technology and its application in the relevant industries. The competition is an individual competition with a total timing of 600 minutes, that is 10 hours. And contestant aged from 16 to 35 years old can participate, and each team can have 1 expert. And this competition has a requirement for the skills. In actual work, the experts in blockchain should be proficient in the following skills. The first They should be familiar with the major blockchain platforms and be proficient in using relative tools for construction, configuration, and operation maintenance of the blockchain. They should also master the IDE for the smart contract development, and the contract can be compiled, deployed, and called according to the business, chain, and data. Contestants should master the use of programming language calls, write back-end function code, and render data through the front end. Next, we'll focus on the competition content. The competition is divided into 3 modules. And we name it Module A, Module B, and Module C. And Module A accounts for 30%, and the weight of Module B is 40%, and Module C is 30%. The Module A includes the engineering, documentation, and system operation and maintenance. Module B includes smart contract, and Module C includes application development and professionalism. The professionalism is throughout the process of Module A, B, and C. And next, we will give a brief description for each module. As for the engineering documentation, it demands the contestant to, in line with the requirement of the blockchain application, to write the application requirements document and design document, including some analysis and function design. The second part is the system operation and maintenance. In this part, we will let the contestants to install and deploy the blockchain system in Linux, to install the middleware and other components. And they should also operate and maintain the blockchain system. And the configurations and parameters should also be focused. As for the smart contract, contestants should use Solidity programming language to develop blockchain smart contracts, including storage contract design and development, interface contract design development, to finally realize the blockchain deposit certificate function. And then we'll test the smart contract function. And the fourth is the development of the application. In this part, according to the program language environment, in this part, we will use the Go language to write the blockchain web application system. And in the web application, to respond to the user request and to use physical because Go SDK to call smart contract. And render the result to the web page and return to the user. And these are the descriptions for each part. As for the timing and the score for each part is in the following pages. The module A has 240 minutes, that is 4 hours. Engineering documentation accounts for subjective scoring, and blockchain system operation and maintenance is objective part. And these two accounts for 10% and 20% respectively, accounting for 30%. The blockchain intelligent contract development has 3 hours of duration, and it takes 40% of the objective scores. And module C is about the blockchain application development and the professional quality. And the professional quality accounts for 5% of subjective scores, and the blockchain application accounts for 25%, that is 30 points. And next, we will focus on the scoring method of the competition. As for the principles, we will be scientific, rigorous, objective, and fair. And we have stimulated scoring standards, a detailed scoring rules, and the process and the results will be combined. That is to say, the contestant will, in the process of the competition, will not only focus on the result, and the process will also have some scores. The second is the judging rules. The total score is 100%, 100 scores, and we will measure the scores in a step-by-step standard, and the scores will be added up in total. That is, the module ABC will account for 100 scores. And the errors in each module will not be associated. That is to say, if you don't do the module A, and that won't affect your scores in module B. And third is the scoring rules. Each module scores the submitted results according to the respective weights of the competition module. Next, we will focus on the points and the weight. As for the engineering document, the contestants should, in accordance to the requirements of the project and the implementation results, to write a system document such as the design document and requirements document. That also includes some analysis to the project or some applications which demand the proficiency in the editing of the product. The second part is the blockchain system operation and maintenance. In this part, we'll focus on if contestants can use the Linux operating system and use the blockchain middleware platform to verify the availability and the version information according to the specific requirements to ensure the operating status of the blockchain node is normal. And the intelligent contract development of blockchain. In this part, the contestant should, in accordance to the demands of the project, to use Solidity for smart contract development, including storage, query, interface, and other development to achieve the corresponding functions and complete contract compilation and deployment. In this part, it accounts for 25%. And second is to show the input and export of the transaction of the smart contract. This part accounts for 15%. As for the application of the blockchain, that is, we should, based on the code framework, to build a blockchain application system, to write some API, and to use the interactive operation with the users. And the result should be complete and correct. As for the professional quality, this is throughout the whole competition. Let's focus on the authenticity and the standardization of the documents, and also focus on the discipline in the examination. Next, we'll focus on the competition schedule. The process of the competition has 6 parts. The first is the team should report and register, and this is for the domestically teams. And second, we should be familiar with the venue and the competition environment, and we will introduce the rules, and we will take the draw and to take the seat. And we will have the operating opening ceremony, and then we will do the official competition. After the competition, we will evaluate the scores. And sixth, we will do the awards ceremony and closing ceremony. As for the schedule for the domestics, the contestants in China on October 2nd and 3rd, or no, in November, we'll do some tests of the facilities and constructions. And these 2 days, the contestants should not come to the venue, and we should, and the players should come at November 4th. They should gather at 8:30 in the venue. And during 8:30 to 9:30, we'll do the examination and to do the drawing. And during 9:30 to 10, we'll do the player inspection. And from 10 o'clock to 14 o'clock, that is the competition time for Module A, engineering document, blockchain system operation and maintenance. And that will take 4 hours. And from 14 o'clock to 15 o'clock, that is the scoring process. After that, the players can have the lunch and take a rest and wait for the opening ceremony in 7 o'clock p.m. And on November 5th, in the morning, 8:30, we should also assemble at the venue. And the player inspection is in the 8:30 to 9 o'clock. From 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, we'll do the Module B competition, the blockchain intelligent contract development. And that will take 3 hours, from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. From 12 o'clock to 13 o'clock, the referees will do the scoring. And after that, they can have lunch and have a rest. In 1 p.m., the players should also gather together for the inspection. From 1:30 to 4:30 p.m., we'll do the Module C competition, that is the blockchain application development. And from 4:40 to 5:40 p.m., the referees will do the scoring. So for the domestic contestant, 10 o'clock to a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. we'll do the Module A competition, and November 5th from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. we will do the Module B competition, and from 1:30 to 4:30 we'll do the Module C competition. And next, we'll focus on the schedule for the foreign contestants. As for the foreign contestants, will take the offline competition, that is to say November 3rd in the Beijing time, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. we'll do the inspection. And this includes the test of the environment, and we'll do the stimulation to check the environment. And the time for Russia is 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And the time for South Africa is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. On November 4th, this is the official day for the competition. As for China, from 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. We'll do the inspection. The contestants should bring the ID card or other informations. From 1:30 to 2 o'clock, we'll do the account distribution and to examine the environment. And the contestants can also check their competition environment. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the official competition time for Module A. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., the referees will do the scoring. And contestants from Russia and South Africa can take this picture as a reference to check the timing. And there's also a closing ceremony in China's Beijing time, 7 p.m. On November 5th, from 12:30 to 1 a.m. to 1 p.m., we will do the inspection. And from 1 p.m. to 1:30, we will do the account distribution and check the environment. From 1:30 to 4:30 p.m., we'll do the Module B competition. That will take 3 hours. And from 4:30 to 6:30 is the scoring part. The referees will do the scoring. And on 8:30 to 9 o'clock p.m., we'll do the inspection. And 9 o'clock to 9:30 p.m., we'll do the account distribution and check the environment. From 9 p.m. to 12:30 a.m., it's the time for Module C competition. That's 3 hours. From 12:30 to 2:30 a.m. is the referee scoring process. And November 6th is the closing ceremony. And this is about the basic software listing. And as for the computers for the contestant, as for the computers of the contestant, they should use the Windows 10 operating system. And we will provide the intelligence training platform. We will offer the ID. And you should also prepare the MicroOffice, the document editing software, the Google Chrome. The version should be more than 103. And Chinese pinyin input applications and 7-zip and the joint desktop version. As for the contestants from other parts, please prepare these softwares. And this is the software for the competition environment. We use the Ubuntu system, and as for blockchain underlying technology platform, we use the Fiscal Vehicles v2.820 version. The management platform is Waybase 1.5.4 version. We use 1.17 version of Golang and Java and V. The Fiscal Vehicles Go SDK is 0.11.0 version, and the VS Code it should be 1.65 version, and As for this part, the contestants should not worry about it, and we will prepare for it. And this is exam placement requirement. This is for the foreign contestant. The contestants should prepare 2 cameras. And the camera on the front should include your front face and your operation, and the camera from the back at the 45 degrees at your back, which can include the screens of your computer. And the technical description for day 1, this is the end of it. And we will show the sample. And this is the sample for the blockchain computation. And module A is engineering documentation. The first is to improve the requirements document based on the projects we provide. The competitors should fulfill its functions, and to take a screenshot of the modified document and then submit to us. And there is a requirement for each question. There is a project code. That is the description. Through this, we will find the file through the project code and edit it, and then submit to us. And this is only the sample. And the environment and the test will have some difference. And for module B, this is a blockchain system operation and maintenance, the installation of physical vehicles blockchain system. And in this part, the requirement is to install the blockchain related dependence in Linux operating system. And submit the results to the project documentation. And we should also acquire the translated document in the project code. And then screenshot the file and then save it to the project documentation. And this is only the example. And we have already announced this example, and you can go to the official site of the BRICS to view this sample. Okay, this is the end for day 1. So do we have any questions?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your information. I have a few questions. I put it into the chat. Do you see the chat? Maybe we can
No,
have
we cannot see your screen.
not my screen, but the chat of Zoom meeting.
Okay.
I put a few questions into the chat.
Okay, so okay.
For example, who will evaluate the work of the foreign participants?
Okay, I'll translate to the teacher. Each team from each country can have a referee, and the referee can be organized in a team to do the scoring.
Okay, so the experts from Russia can do the evaluation of the work of the participants.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And in this screen now, we can see that the participants should take files from the desktop. How these files will be provided to the foreigner participants?
Okay. So this is only a sample. So in the real competition, each competitors will have an ID, and they should only operate in this environment. And they can acquire the files by the ID.
They will not need any additional files.
Yes,
Yeah,
the files will
okay.
be provided in the ID.
What is ID?
And means that each contestant will have an ID to log in, and in the platform they will in the platform they will have the file.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. And one more question. I'm sorry. Whether two operating system must be installed on the participants' computers, Windows and Ubuntu, or the participants should use only Ubuntu during their tasks?
Okay. As for the foreign contestant, their computer should only have the Windows 10. And as for the official competition in our environment, we will provide Ubuntu.
Can the foreign competitors use also Ubuntu? Yeah.
As for all the competitors, their computer should only have the Windows 10, and we will offer you an account. When you log in, you can operate under the Ubuntu.
Okay, great. Thank you. I
No
see.
problem.
Thank you very much. That is all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other questions? Okay, as for the Chinese contestants, as for the official competition, is from November 4th. So on November 4th, you should arrive at the place, and you can go there earlier. And you should also consider the pandemic to get to know the local policies. And you can ask your teacher to communicate with the committee. Right, so do we have any other questions for today's So do we have any questions today?
What can you from South Africa? Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, I can hear you.
Yes, I just wanted to find out. So I saw in terms of us start my video. No, I just wanted to find out. So in terms of the evaluation of the standards that the guys should have on their devices, and I see you have a layout there where we're supposed to have, you know, a visual audio reference of what the guys are doing throughout the period. How do we as the experts ensure that the guys have sufficient hardware to actually monitor what they're doing? What's the plan around that?
Okay, thank you. So we will provide an application for monitoring, and before the contestants take part in the competition, they should record a video, and after that, they should upload it for the reference, and then the judge will give the scores.
Noted.
Okay.
Can I ask one more question, please?
Okay, I see you.
Ah.
I see you.
Thank you. If
Okay.
the works are performed on the remote server, you will give us login for Ubuntu. How will the expert get access to the works of the participants for evaluating?
Okay, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Well, I'll check for this question and we can communicate in a Telegram, and then I'll give you a response.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it would be better if you will provide us some instructions how we should do how we should provide this competition during these days. Maybe some rules or instructions for an experts. I mean, I talk about the foreign experts and foreign participants. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Okay. On the fifth day, that is the end of the training, we will provide a online competition demonstration to show the competition platform to the contestant.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Obaking here again. Can I ask
Okay,
another question?
okay, of course.
Are we going to receive sort of the recording and the slides?
You mean this slide?
Yeah, like the recording of the explanation, and because it's always also good to watch this again to see what you guys expect from us.
Okay, so you mean you want to get a record of the
Yes.
training slides, right?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
So we will record the video and the PowerPoint, and we will provide to the experts.
She.
Thank you. I'll close the sharing of the screen, and if you have questions, you can also ask questions. The expert is answering questions, and if you have any questions, you can also ask questions. Thank you. Please turn on your cameras, dear experts, and because we have to do a recording. Can you turn on your camera? Dear experts, please turn on your camera. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. Dear experts, please turn on your camera because we will do a recording. Thank you for your cooperation. Please hold on your camera for at least 1 minute. Thank you. Please turn on your camera and continue for 1 minute. And thank you for your participation, dear experts and participants. And if you don't have any questions, this is the end of this meeting. And I've already sent the sample to the group. And tomorrow we will meet in 7 p.m. the Beijing time, and we will do the second round of training. Tomorrow we will focus on the introduction to the fiscal because and its application and deployment, and those some details about Rebase. And please come into the meeting on time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for information. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye bye.